What's going on YouTube? This is NYG31 here. Today I'm gonna just do the preview against the Bucs. The Bucs come off a win against the Raiders. We come off a loss against the Eagles, which was a terrible loss anyway. We had a lead going down to the wire. Unfortunately, we blew the lead because our defense was gassed. We couldn't stop nobody. We couldn't stop Fulgham. You know, he made that terrific catch against Ryan Lewis. I mean, Ryan Lewis had two terrible penalties against him. This is the reason why we lost this game. Jabril Pepper was bad. He was bad in that game. But onto the Bucs. I mean, what we got to do against the Bucs is stop the run, stop the pass, because they have a good offense. But even actually, no, they don't got a good offense. That offense is overrated. My fault. They got a good defense, but only thing we got to do is run block. Make sure we gain first downs. Make sure our wide receivers catch the ball. Make sure they don't have no drops. If we could do that, we could win this game. But fact is, the the Bucs offense is very overrated because they're last in the league in running the football. They're definitely last in the league in passing. I mean, the offense have not clicked yet. I mean, they blew out the Packers, but that don't mean nothing. I mean, I still think their offense is overrated. They couldn't even beat the Chicago Bears. They couldn't beat the Saints. So, what makes you think they're going to beat us? We have a good defense. We got a stout defense. We got a secondary that could stop anybody. We rarely give up big plays against high power offensive teams, but you know what our offensive line got to do in this game. They got to learn to run block and definitely pass block. We've been running the ball for the last few weeks against teams with bad defense, and especially the Cowboys. But I mean, the Bucs defense is good also. But the fact is, like I said, their offense is very freaking overrated, and our offensive line got to play their P's and Q's. Make sure Andrew Thomas do not give up so much pressures in the passing game because right now Andrew Thomas is so bad right now, and right now Andrew Thomas just need to take a deep breath, learn his mechanics, make sure he blocks well, and he's been doing a good job as far as run blocking, but his pass blocking is trash. Will Hernandez played well that last game. So is Nick Gates. Kevin Zettler have a so-so game. Cam Flynn, he's a bad player we signed this offseason. He has not played well. This is the reason why he's a journeyman and all that shit. But you see, for us to be good teams, for us to close games, we have to be determined. We have to use our instincts, use our knowledge to be good teams. Because right now, every time we have a lead or we play a close game, we always find ways to blow it. And this team cannot blow against the Bucs because this Bucs team will make you turn over the ball like crazy. And once they make you turn the ball like crazy, it's over. That's all she wrote because they're a good defensive team, but they're the worst offensive team in the league. And actually, they're the worst 3-2 team. Actually, no, not 3-2. What's their record? 5-2. They're the worst 5-2 team in the league right now, and that's sad. I mean, you beat who you beat? You beat the Raiders this last game. I think you beat the Panthers and some other team you beat. You beat the Chargers, I remember. But you know, point is, I think this team is going to underestimate the New York Football Giants just because of their record. And once they underestimate, we're going to stomp them. We're going to run that ball down their throat. We're going to pass for 100 yards against this secondary. I don't care how good their secondary is. We're going to stomp all over that secondary because that secondary has no chance of stopping us. And we are a very competitive team. We've been in all these games, but We don't know how to close games, and we have to learn how to close games. Once we know how to learn how to close games, we could beat any team. We're a very young team. We're not an experienced team yet, but as the season goes on, we're going to be an experienced team. We will learn how to close games, and we will learn how to run that ball down people's throat like we've been doing for the last few games. And our passing game had to be crisp in this game because our passing game is so trash right now. I mean, wide receivers couldn't get open left and right. Darius Slayton having a terrible year, and Golden Tate is nowhere to be found. I mean, I'm glad we got Sterling Shepard back, but Daniel Jones had to learn to take care of the football. He's turned the football over in every game, and Daniel Jones had to visualize, use his pocket awareness, and if it's nothing there, gain some first downs, escape the pocket, gain some first downs, like you did against the Eagles and the Redskins, and that's it. We got to continue running football like we always been doing since the Washington game, the Eagles game, the Rams game, and the Cowboys game. For the last 4 games, we have been running the football well. We got to continue to do that because let's just face it, the Buccaneers are all freaking overrated, and they're always going to be overrated. So, with that being said, we have to win this Monday. I'm on live right now. Sorry for that, but like I'm saying, we gotta win this Monday because I mean the Bucks got stout defense, but like I said, the offense is overrated. We're gonna sack Brady like pancakes, and we're gonna squash him. Even though Ronald Jones have 4.9 carries a game with 4 touchdowns, that doesn't mean anything because we're good at stopping the run, and we will stop the run. And once we stop that damn run, it's gonna be fucking over for these Bucks. And once we stop that run and we force them to pass 45 times, that's all she wrote for the Bucks. We need this win. We need to avenge that loss against the Eagles. And once we could avenge that loss against the Eagles, it's fucking over. Because let's just face it, this team that we facing is still overrated as fuck. And it will be overrated by the time we finish with them this coming Monday. Even though they're gonna come and blow us out, it's not gonna be easy for the Patriots. I mean, not the Patriots, the Bucks. And the Bucks think just because if they think it's an easy win, it's not going to be an easy win because we've been comparing all the games except for the 49 game. I mean, we could have beat the Bears, we could have beat Pittsburgh, we definitely could have beat the Eagles last game, we could have beat the Cowboys, we could have beat the Rams, all because Daniel Jones keep turning over the ball. Daniel Jones is a turnover machine. And for all of him not to turn the ball, he has to have pocket awareness and he has to use his instincts. He has to use his legs more like he did for the past 2 games. I want him to continue to do that and progress. I mean, he played well the last game. Those 2 interceptions wasn't his fault. It was Evan Ingram's fault. But Evan Ingram needs to get off this team right now because right now Evan Ingram is fucking trash, and he's a trash bag waiting to happen because he keeps dropping passes. He's not using instincts. He stops on routes. He don't continue his routes. I mean, the guy is trash. You know. The thing is, Danny Dimes Austin Sports. He's. I mean, right now he's not playing well. He's trash also. But Evan Ingram is really trash. He's been trash since we drafted him. How you could receive, how you could catch a ball and not block, but now you can't even catch the ball either because you just so trash. He's trash all around. Evan Ingram needs to get off this team. We need to start Tuololo or Caden Smith. And if we stop those players, you know, definitely we could run the ball, we could gain first downs, and we could score touchdowns. And once we score touchdowns on teams, we're going to put these teams on notice. And once we put these teams on notice, it's all she wrote because let's just face it, nobody's going to blow us out like that, with the exception of the 49ers. But this team has to come out this Monday and play hard as they can because let's just face it, this Bucs team is overrated and they will be overrated by the time we take good care of them. I mean, they think they have a shot because they think they have a good running game. They think they have a good passing game, but their passing game is so trash, man. I mean, it shows it in the first half against the Raiders, but luckily for them, they beat the crap out of the Raiders because the Raiders defense is trash also. Just like the Bucks offense. The Bucks offense is overrated. And once they overrated, they done. That's all she wrote. And until then, these Bucks is gonna get their ass whooped. We're gonna squash them like a fucking pancake. And their offense is soft like baby tissues. You talking about what about the Steelers? The Steelers have a good defense, Austin Sports, but the fact is with the Steelers is way much better than the Bucks. They have a way much better offense and much better defense than the Bucks ever have. The Bucks is just overrated to me. Their offense is just overrated. And you know, Tom Brady had 4 interceptions, but his passes is not scripted as before. I mean, this Bucks team is trying to copy the Patriots, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work against us because, like I said before, we have a stout defense. We're going to stop the run. We're going to bat the crap out of Tom Brady. We're going to bat his brains out. We're going to put him unconscious and we're going to get him out the game. That's the way it is because Bucks offense is overrated. I don't respect their offense at all. Their offense is trash, just like our offense. But I think our offense is way better than the Bucks offense. And like I said before, we're the best 1-16 in the NFC East right now. I mean, our defense is way better than the Cowboys, and our defense is way better than the Eagles. And once our offense is going to catch up with our defense, it's over. Nobody's going to stop us. We're going to go on a roll before our bye week. All we had to do was beat the Bucks, then beat the damn Redskins, then beat the Eagles before the bye week, and that's about it. Once we do that, once we go on that 3-game winning streak, it's over. And now by that time we'd be 3-6. Actually, no, we'd be 4-6 by the time that we go on the winning streak. And until then, folks, this is NYG 31 signing out.